Capricorn, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Capricorn, I am an astrologer and tarot card reader. So what I do is I use astrology, tarot, and oracle cards every single week to divine insights. I'll give you the breakdown of the energy that's surrounding you, what you're going to have to deal with, and how to use it best. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Capricorn content comes out every single Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So that's over here in like the Los Angeles time zone. There's always an extended reading, so I welcome you to join me for that. You could do that by the traditional way, the link is below, or join the Unbound membership and you'll get all of the perks that come with the memberships, including live chats weekly with me for members only. And then, of course, I have a second YouTube channel. It's called Astrology Motivation, and I welcome you to join me over there. Astrology Motivation is where I do my daily tarot card readings and my pick a cards, and those daily tarot card readings are live, and I welcome you to join the chat. So let's get into the astrology. The astrology is really simple for you this week because Saturn, your ruling dignitary, is square to the nodes, and that's where it's going to be for the duration of this year. So ultimately, what does that mean for you? It's very personal. It's very personal on your journey. Very personal as in the changes. Now, change is in the air for everyone. Nobody can escape that. You're on planet Earth. So, good Lord, I don't know how people up in the ISS, International Space Station, are doing, but if you are on planet Earth, there are surprise changes coming because Uranus is conjunct the sun midweek, this whole week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's a huge dominant energy, as well as Mercury and Pluto in cahoots with that beautiful trine between the two of them. We are really want to know things. We want to figure things out. We are primed and ripe and ready to make changes in our lives. It doesn't mean the changes are going to be comfortable. And that square to the nodes makes me think that you are going to have conflicts, Saturn. You're going to have conflicts, conflicts, Capricorn. You're going to have conflicts with figuring out where I was versus where I'm going. I just had a conversation with my best friend who is a Capricorn, and I'm going to tell you what I told her. I said, have you ever heard the expression, your old life, your new life is going to cost you your old life? It's sort of the theme for the week with you. This is a sense of understanding that if you try to hold on to the way things used to be, you will not have room for the way things are going to be. And you've had such a beautiful change of events. You've worked really hard over the past 3 years, struggled a lot to go through all the stages of change, right? And you did that. You work hard. But when it comes to your mindset, there's a sense of, okay, now that the hard work is over, I have to still make things hard. Listen, things haven't gotten easy. They've just changed. They're different now, right? And that's where the complexity and the complication of the challenge is being able to allow yourself to be new. At this point, it's almost like so many of you are that butterfly that still wants to crawl along branches. You got wings, motherfucker. Why aren't you flying? Because flying is scary, because you haven't flown your whole life. You're used to the security of like having all 1,000, I don't know how many fucking legs caterpillars have, 20, whatever, all those legs firmly planted on the tree, and it's not like that anymore. And this is a sense of, listen, things have already changed. Now you have to accept them and incorporate them into your day-to-day and everyday routine. Your new life is going to cost you your old one. You wanted this new life. You wanted these new opportunities. Well, here they are. Have you made room for them, and are you willing to embrace them? So this week is you going to like come into that reckoning of, oh, okay, well, if things have changed, then I have to change too, and I have to change the choices that I make, and I have to reassign my priorities, which is not going to be easy for you. But that's what I really want you to focus on is this week, reassigning your priorities. Because once you reassign your priorities, it will get easier because you are priority driven. So once you've said, this is my priority, then you will roll with it. You will go all the way, but you have to reassign those priorities. So that's kind of step one for you right now, Capricorn. Let's get into the cards, guys. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. All right. I'm so tempted to like just jump into the future, but let's start here. Be fearless and bold. This is Aries energy. So you took action. Action was taken. There was great leaps forward. There was progress. Maybe in Aries season, since this is coming out a little bit behind, like a little bit in the past, just slightly though. So not too long ago. Make your dreams real. So you just took action toward making your dreams real. Something that you have been working on or weaving for a while. Now make your dreams real. Spider energy could also make you maybe feel like you're trapped somehow. And maybe that's something that you have to work on and deal with right now. This sense of, I want to take action, but I also feel trapped. And now I'm feeling kind of defensive. I'm feeling like, and this is interesting because it's not happening with you, but it's happening between Pluto and Mars. There's this agitation between the two of them. There's a sense of, I need to take action. I want to take action now, but I also feel like I'm backed in the corner and that I'm not being given a choice. There's a sense of maybe feeling like you're being manipulated when it comes to spider spirit out here. Be fearless and bold when it comes to confronting how you feel you're being manipulated. It doesn't mean you're actually being manipulated. It just means that you are feeling like you are manipulated. Okay, let's see if there's a confirmation. Be playful. This is Gemini energy. Now I've said this, I think since I started doing my readings, I definitely said it in the weekly overview for this week. Capricorn, the secret to success this week is intellectualizing things, is thinking things through and through communicating. But in terms of relationships, and this is not a relationship reading, but let's just get to the heart of the matter right now. In terms of relationships, the key to success is friendship. Because Mercury is in a beautiful position. It's in a beautiful position with Pluto. It's in a beautiful position in that it's in Gemini. It's in its home. Uranus, another great thinker, is conjunct the sun. Guys, 100%, I need you to focus on friendship, thinking things through and talking it out. And when it comes to your romantic relationships, you got to look at them as your best friend. If you can't look at them as your best friend, I don't know why the hell you're with them. Truth, right? So ultimately, it's the sense of be playful, taking things to heart and taking things like they have some subliminal message or something. That is not going to work for you. Staying light, as in focusing on the friendship. Not, oh, they're my lover, I need them, the mortgage depends on them. Any of that heavy stuff, it's got to stop. You got to focus and talk to that person in your life, your romantic significant other. You've got to talk to them as they're your best friend. That's what they need right now. That's what you need right now. 100%, that's going to help a lot, right? And then life is speeding up. If you do that, it'll move real quickly. Like, foosh, things will go, things will come together. This is also some sort of time frame here, because as we go into Gemini season, we're in Taurus season now, but it really things are going to get underway and on the move when we slip into Gemini season. Interesting, because I believe there's a Mercury retrograde in Gemini season. So it's almost like maybe keep things light and make decisions so that by the time we get to Gemini season, you're in a good spot. But ultimately, this is this is an indication that things are happening very quickly. Hold on. Are you planning something, creating something, developing something? I ask you this, please feel free to leave the comments below. I'd love to know. I ask you this because it does seem like there's something fun here that you're working on, and that this is going to happen really quickly. Is it happening really? It does. It's a natural speed to it, a natural ease to it. Those decisions will be made really quickly. And then we have know your worth. This is coming up in the future. And I told you guys I wanted to get to the future card. I'll leave it where you guys can see it. Know your worth. Know your worth as in, listen, oh my God. Are you just trying to rush things because secretly, maybe you haven't even admitted it to yourself, you don't feel valuable? You're scared it's not going to happen? Is that why you're trying to rush things? Now, if you're trying to rush things because it's not even like you're trying to rush them, it's happening quickly because you're so excited about it, that's awesome. But ultimately there's a sense over here, sense as in haha, get it, skunk, that you're trying to rush things because you're not really sure of your value. And that's something that you're going to be very, very conscious of this week, is those hidden things. That's that Mercury trine Pluto. Those things that maybe even we try to hide from ourselves are going to come up, and they need to come up, and we need to deal with them. We need to confront them. This is essential activity right now. Does it have something to do with rushing things because you're not sure? I got to make this happen as quickly as possible. I want this. I want that. Like, do you just need to see that benchmark because you're insecure? Because if you're rushing something for insecurity, that's bad business. That's bad business. And it's something that you need to be aware of. So I want you to really think of your motivations and why you're trying to rush through things. Maybe you don't want to smell what stinks, right? That could be coming from, that's where you're at right now. You're at that North Node, South Node conjunction, that sense of being squared to both of them. Like, who am I? What are my good traits? And what are my potential? Where am I moving forward? Ultimately, that it isn't the easy position for you to be put in, but it is a challenge, and meet that challenge the way that you meet every other challenge, is in the challenge, roll up my sleeve. I really do have to work through this. I'm not going to rush through this. Okay, that's something that I want you to really focus on as well this week, is not trying to rush through things, but enjoy them. In other words, they'll seem like they're going faster because there is so much pleasure to be had. But to rush them is to skip over that pleasure, and rushing for the reason of insecurity is also trying to skip over some things that you might have to confront. We have act as if. So this is blending in or deciding to blend in. Could be somebody fake in your life, but I don't see any insincerity here. Unless it's the insincerity of you or the person that you're working with that's trying to rush something through because they're not being up and up with you. They are insecure and they're worried about something. That would be what would be kind of hidden. They're trying to like blend in, trying to make it look like it ain't nothing. Maybe you're trying to make it look like it's nothing, but it is something. And then we have dream the world into being. And this card really sums up what I told you in the beginning. Your future is going to cost you your past. You got to be able to let it go. Dream the world into being tells me you've wanted there's something here on your plate, tangibly in front of you or close enough for you to smell at this point. And ultimately, you've wanted it for so long. You know, you could be rushing because if I don't touch it, it's not real, right? If I don't touch it until I know it, until I see it, it's not real. But that still don't mean you have to rush to it. That's lack of faith. I'm going to point that out to you right now. That's you lacking faith, or whoever you're working with. If you got to rush to something, it's because you don't have faith that you deserve it to begin with. If you really know you deserve it, you don't got to rush shit. And know that, understand that, so that you know what you're working with inside yourself and maybe externally. There's just this sense of somebody is rushing into something. This is fear. This is insecurity. That's what they're dealing with. Now, it doesn't mean that they're trying to deceive you. It could just mean that ultimately they're scared and they're insecure and they're worried about something. So that will clue you into how do you interact with this person a little bit better. Now that you know what they're experiencing or how they're experiencing things. Now that you know that and it's confirmed, somebody's insecure here, right? Somebody's insecure here, and maybe in some ways you're both insecure. So when you deal with somebody else's insecurities, think about your own and talk to them in that capacity of saying, hey, you know how you wanted to rush into this because you were scared? Well, I want to rush into this because I'm scared. And maybe we both need to chill the fuck out. Like, what are we scared about? Maybe that's a conversation that we really need to have. And conversation is a key to success right now. Why? Because of that intellectual mercurial energy in such a good position. And you guys, because you're square both the nodes, you're going to be really feeling the impact of all of this energy. There was an inability to see the bigger picture or to let go. There was definitely something in the past where you were held back or you held yourself back. You were afraid to take a chance, afraid to take a leap of faith, or maybe you thought you did it too destructively and you see your past as, oh, something that you're not proud of. Ultimately, I don't know why this is coming up, but I think it's interesting that it did. I think it's interesting that it did. Also, Sagittarius energy and Gemini energy are polar opposites, right? One sees the big picture and one looks right here into the details, right into somebody's eyes, and one looks over everybody's head to see where everybody is. And then it's like philosophy versus information. That's kind of what it is. And they really should be working in conjunction with each other. So ultimately, there's some sort of, maybe even a car wreck. I don't know if there was a car wreck or a car crash in the past, because that could be what is going on here too. That could be what I'm seeing just because of the image on the card. But there is just this sense of something, this is past, so I'm not predicting it for you, but this is still impacting the way that you're feeling now. And that's going to be something that will come up. It's good that it comes up. Why is it good that it comes up? Because it's good that it comes up. It's something that you have to deal with, so it gets out of your way, right? If we get it out of the way now, okay, spend some alone time. This is also Virgo energy, so it's being virtuous. This is like being mature, being capable of being on your own. This is like being a grown folk. This is also the energy of standing your ground. I just heard it. Have you guys been on your own or alone too much? Or felt like you were on your own too much? Because ultimately that could be what's creeping up, that you have to let go of in order to make room for not being on your own anymore. Which would suggest there's some sort of connectivity here. I'm not reading romance or seeing it. I will do your romance reading in the extended. But what I'm seeing is this level of independence, this stalwart kind of, but I have to do it all on my own. Because that's maybe the way that you've always done it, or the way that you stay in control of all of it. So that's something too. Hold on, but there's something. Spirit, how can you connect those cards for me? We have the energy is gaining momentum. What energy? We have a waxing moon now, so that's kind of a timestamp. Something is building. Maybe it's building to you being on your own. Prosperity lies ahead. This is Taurus season. Well, damn, that just surprised me. What surprised me is like something is building. It didn't seem so good. Maybe that's what you're building. Are you working on something? There's a project that's growing. This is a sense of, okay, focus your mind on whatever you're building or whatever you're creating. That is going to alleviate a lot of stress for you, or whatever position you're in where you feel like you're losing control. It's good to just go ahead and work on something. Could be a dress, could be a party, it could be something to do with abundance, could have something to do with, are you planning a party, are you planning a celebration? this is a really good thing to do. I'm saying that's a really good thing to focus on. Don't rush it, enjoy it. Okay. I'm just saying, like, it's like the energy is gaining momentum. Something just started. I don't know if you guys are putting together a fashion show or you're getting a new wardrobe. Maybe you want to speed things along. You're trying to lose weight and you're trying to rush things. Man, like, but ultimately there is that sense of something about beauty gaining momentum, or pageantry, something that you're putting together. Enjoy that process. This is Taurus energy. There's a sense of like luxuriate in the process. Tauruses love to luxuriate. This is the time to luxuriate in the process. Don't rush things to get to the end of it. Luxuriate in the process. Suffering in silence. Aha. That's a major exposure here. So what's going on? What's going on? It's almost like you're at a point where you should be so happy, but there's a misery underneath. You don't feel like you earned it. You don't feel like you're good enough. That's the underlying energy. You don't feel like you earned it. You don't feel like you're good enough. And at any given moment, you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Let's go into tarot to deal with this. I will see you guys in the extended.